Okay, so we're going to pick your virtual assistant services and start making money from home. So this can be hard or easy for some, depending on your skill set and whether you are a generalist or a specialist. So again, I am a generalist, so the struggle was real. I had no idea what to put on my website or what services I even wanted to do. At the same time, I had a lot of options to choose from and to delete from the list. So, on one hand, I had an advantage because I did have a really long list. But on the other hand, it was like, what do I pick? Like, too much to choose from. Like, I decided not to offer travel planning, and I was so happy to delete this one. I could explore the idea of building websites for other people, which I never did in a previous job. I kind of project managed one and did the content, but not the actual build of it. But it was an option that I had time to explore and then add to my list. So be sure to download the free MomBoss 2.0 workbook to get a more step-by-step guide on how to choose your services. But here are some of the ideas to at least get you started. And again, the workbook is free. There's no upsell after that because I don't have anything to upsell right now. So it's just free for you. And I will occasionally send you an email every now and again. Tell you what's going on. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to get an idea of your skills. So the term assistant, again, it covers a lot. So you can really pick what you want to do, whether it is something you like or it is something you just don't hate. So you don't need to have an unquenchable passion for it. You really don't, okay? So let your imagination flow. Do you want to create templates for letters, help with HR, send invoices, write grants, make travel arrangements, manage social media platforms, design a website, blog for business? Oh, and let me just say this with the blogging for the business. You don't have to know anything about the business to write for it. Like the business I blogged for was about pressure washing, and I didn't have a clue as to what it was. But I knew how to look things up and to research and kind of, I'm just at the point where I'm like, yeah, I could just give me a topic and I can write on it. So keep that in mind. You don't have to be an expert at the business to actually write for that business. Be a bookkeeper, design marketing materials, be a writer. And honestly, I could go on and on. You can really do anything you want. If you don't have a very specific idea of the services to offer, that's okay. See what your market is looking for. And your market could be the friend down the street who wants to help you out to start. It really can, and that's okay. What you want to do is even more important than what your client needs. So don't get me wrong. You need to be marketable, but make sure it is something that you want to do. So tasks that I did in my office job were not things that I wanted to build a business around, and I was very good at them. I just didn't want to continue to do them. So I started my business with like a general list of services I offered, and I included a statement that my list wasn't inclusive and I would be open to other projects as well, yada, yada. So most of what I do now was never even listed on my website as a service I offer, and for that matter, still isn't. Like, I do not have a book designer on my website anywhere. You know how many books I've designed? So except bookkeeping, that is one on my website and something that I currently do for a client. So I have one thing on there. If you find yourself stuck, then here are a few things you can do. Make a list. Dump everything from your brain into a notebook. Silence the inner critic and write everything down. You want to leave everything on the list. Don't take anything off of it yet. Okay, walk away from the list. So this always sounds like bad advice to me. You are in the middle of solving a conundrum and you just walk away and not think about it? Like, really? So by walking away and not thinking about it, it allows your brain to work on it in the background. So you'll be surprised at the ideas that come out of you when you're not pressuring yourself to come up with a ridiculously good idea. So do you ever wake up with this great idea or solution to a problem? So that is your brain working in the background, and that's what you want to happen now. Next, come back to the list. Are there any more items you need to add to it? Is there something else you thought of while you were taking a break from your list? Write it down now. Okay, so next you want to rank what you've written down. Now you're going to decide what you actually want to do and what you absolutely hate doing. Rank the skills on your list, but use a small scale, like a 1 to 5. Don't do 1 to 10. And give each item a rate. You can give your different skills the same rank, so that's fine. You can spread 3s all around or 2s or 1s. But if there's something on the list that you absolutely hate doing, then cross it off completely. Take the skills you ranked in the top 3 and see if you can build a business around them. Next, get a trusted person's input. Find someone that will be honest with you, but will also consider your fragile emotions. Starting a business and putting yourself out there is not easy for anyone. So talk with someone you trust and who will be kind to your emotions. So my trusted person is always my husband, and he will always be honest with me, but his motivation is to encourage me and to seek the very best for me. So he also knows where my emotions are fragile. So the purpose of this step is to test your list and get some constructive feedback. You don't need to agree with everything that is said, but you need to start somewhere with testing the market for your skills. So narrow down your list, but don't box yourself in. When I started my virtual assistant business to earn money from home, I literally had a list of general administration things I could do. It was very sad looking, to be honest. So since I was just starting out, I didn't know what I wanted to do or what I should offer. All right, your next step is to take the list that you created and narrow down the services you want to offer, but be open to new opportunities. There might be something that you never considered doing, but want to try it. And don't box yourself into what is just on your list. I know. So all the gurus tell you to find a niche or to specialize, but that doesn't mean that it is the right fit for you. You can be a rebel mom and define success on your own terms. Your business will grow and change as you understand what your clients are looking for and as you get referrals from clients. So this is an exciting adventure. Think outside of the box. Next, learn something new. This is a perfect time to learn something. I am a big believer in the need to always learn. Never stop or you will grow stagnant. You have the opportunity to learn skills that will get you into the field of your choosing. So offer the skills you already have, because you got to pay the bills, right? We got to pay those bills. And then learn something new on the back end that you will eventually add to your list, or even replace your list with this new skill. So what can you do to get yourself starting your own virtual assistant business? What do you need? Take those skills to just start, and then what can you turn it into? Don't be afraid to say yes. Seriously, there are a few jobs that I said yes to that end up with a sleepless night and the thoughts churning, can I really do this? And you know what I discovered? I can do it. I realized that I'm capable of figuring out almost anything. Now, putting the time into learning something new is a question that actually needs to be answered. But don't be afraid to say yes to something new. If you have the track record of being able to take on a new skill, then go for it. Don't overestimate your abilities, but don't underestimate them either. And here's the caveat. You should be honest with your client. You can say, yes, I can figure out how to do that. Because here's the thing. I find that most people will want to work with a person because of the personality and because obviously can do the job. But if you're confident and they've seen your work and you can say, yeah, I can figure out how to do that, then they'll go with it. And they know full well you're going to have to figure out how to do it, but they have confidence in your ability to do that. So don't be afraid to say yes. Okay, so that was a lot of points to go through. So again, I'm going to say it again. You can make money from home as a virtual assistant. This is still a great way to break free from the 9-to-5, be your own boss, raise your kids, and enjoy your life. If you have questions, let me know. Like, seriously, my whole goal with this site is to help moms find the freedom of defining success on your own terms. So drop me a note if you have a burning question. I am so glad you joined me today. If you want to help spread the word, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Remember to check out the Life Unboxed store for all of your Mom Boss merch, and you can support the show with coffee. Visit ko-fi.com/Life Unboxed blog. For more great momtrepreneur content, follow Life Unboxed on social media or check out lifeunboxed.blog. And be sure to share the podcast and video with your friends. And I will see you in the next show.